I don't know how hard this is or how time, whatever, but you started. The world. Good, man. This is neat.
Right. This is supposed to go like this. I'll do it wrong. Okay. Hi, my name is Steve Luricchia, and I'd like to welcome you to the New Zone Gallery. We're hosting our show, The Zone for All. One particular piece is Oppenheimar's Enigma. It's a piece I produced over the past 3 months. It's named after Robert Julius Oppenheimer, the inventor of the atomic bomb, the coordinator of the Manhattan Project during World War II. This is my Cold War piece. It does many things. I will walk around with you later. Again, like I said earlier, this piece, the base of the piece is made on a Graphics dog tag stamping machine. I've added about 30 different things, and those 30 things do about 10 different things. On this side here, we have a telephone for landline communications, or a hotline to the Kremlin. And it's a great phone. You've probably seen these in film noir films. Man, that would just crack your skull. Great heavy-duty phone. We have a pulse type, early style dial, telephone dial, Western Electric dial. It is mounted on a mid-40s flathead Ford V8 distributor cap. We have a steam engine up here that's going to be used during EMP attacks. That is operated through compressed air that's filled in the soda acid fire extinguisher. We have some plumbing that comes up to this little porcelain hot water valve right there. And unfortunately, we don't have any compressed air in the tank, but that would make this engine run. We have a couple of transmission tubes. There's one on this side, there's one on this side. They are illuminated with LED lights. We have a piece of neon art. It says Atomic Bomber Cafe on here. We have a, which can come on and off. We have a clarinet mounted in front with LEDs mounted inside the clarinet. We have a 4-inch classic black and white monitor. The sound from which will play movies, and there's an onboard camera. I will show you that a little bit later. The sound or music from the television comes out of the speaker. Here, there's a speaker mounted on the end of the clarinet here to control the monitor. And like I said, there's an onboard camera. I'll show you how that works. In fact, let's put that on right now. So to control, to put the television on, we have an old style radio knob here. And on this particular function, with the onboard camera, we can show the, I don't know if you can get it on your video there, but it shows the movement of the die, the stamping wheel in there. And then when my assistant was cranking it, you would get to see the movement of the gears of the machine. So that's just another thing that this will do is we can switch it over. Unfortunately, we're not playing a DVD, but it will play DVDs, and I usually like to show some Cold War favorites like Dr. Strangelove, Failsafe, Atomic Cafe, and some other favorites there. We have mounted on top of the TV monitor, we have a mid-50s hood ornament, which has a nice eagle's head in front and the bomber design in the back. We have an AK-47 pistol grip from the Che Guevara Brigade of the PLO, and that will control, if you push it forward, it will bring up the light here. If you push it back like a trigger, it will bring up this light here for like SOS if you wanted to, for Morse code. We have a Geiger counter that I took apart, remounted it on, repurposed it on to this piece. The meter for the Geiger counter, the detection unit, and the switch to control that. We have a dosimeter mounted on here, which will also test for radiation. We have a counter for how many tags I've produced. So we counted, we did another tag, so we give it another click. We've done 151 tags so far. Also, we have a digital clock that's mounted here, and I like to upgrade that up to a Nixie tube clock, which is more of a Cold War era clock. And on the starboard side of the machine, I guess this is starboard or port. On this side of the of Oppenheimer's Enigma, we have an old kilowatt house meter. It surprised me how old this was. The patent date on it said 1911, so I never realized they were that old. I have a motor mounted inside, and unfortunately the belt slipped off, so I got to get the belt on. But it turns these meters, very rapidly, unlike what you would see in a real home if it was mounted there. Like I said, unfortunately the belt slipped off. I have to put that back on. We have this neat old ballast here, an Acme ballast that controls the neon lighting here. We can put that back on. Oh yeah, it makes a nice sound over the speaker, so we can turn that down here. We have our AC in, we have our AV in, we have a telephone line in. Unfortunately the telephone's not hooked up. There's the other transmission tube I was talking about. It's lit up with a 12 volt LED lights. This is the television chassis right here. I had to extend all the wiring up to the cathode ray tube. What was neat about this hood ornament, it covers up the cathode ray tube. It has a nice feng shui over it. The copper tubing is really just there for looks. We have an old heat sink here. We have the telephone junction here with the bells and the telephone dial, and the receiver is all junctioned into there. A lamp to light up the die stamp when we're using the onboard camera, which is right here, and you can see how that moves when you activate the wheel there, and so that's the image that you would get with that camera. On the other side, I forgot to mention, we do have an old Ford Model T coil box that contains the battery, 12 volt battery and charger. We have a Coca-Cola bottle opener there so I can open beers. A lot of people expected this one to pour brandy like my other past machines, but we can open a bottle of beer there. The unit weighs about 350 pounds. It is on wheels. It's a great fun piece. People have to be involved, be interactive. It's a kinetic, and it's just a lot of fun, and I appreciate you taking time to check it out. So, thanks.